Hey everyone, welcome to my unboxing of Revell's brand new 125th Ford 71 Mustang Boss 351. So yes, this kit arrived with me the other day. It is a brand new tool kit. It comes in a couple of boxes. This is a Revell Germany one. There's a Revell USA one, which if I remember, I'll pop a picture up on screen. And I believe there's another re-release coming based on this kit of the Diamonds Forever car out the James Bond film. So whichever box you get, it'll be the same base kit in there. I think the differences between the US and the Germany ones will be the instructions and the decals. I think the plastic is exactly the same in each one. Now this has been regarded as a very, very good kit. I've seen several people comment and say it's a brilliant kit. So let's go and have a look at what the hype is and let's see what the kit is like. Right then, so it's Revell's 125th 71 Ford Mustang Boss 351. It's a level 4 kit. It's a Revell Germany boxing. It has this typical box art that the Revell Germany kits get. It looks alright. I don't think it's the most aesthetically pleasing box art. But it's certainly not the worst one I've seen. It's actually quite a nice profile front-on shot of the car. And yeah, it looks good. It isn't officially licensed Ford product, so it does have the very cool holograms on there, which are they're very trippy, those things. 129 parts, 125th scale, and it's going to be 19.2 centimeters long, which is about 6 feet 9 inches if you're used to using imperial measurements. That may not be correct. On the back, you've got some pictures of the built model. So again, in the scheme on the front of the box, and I'll be honest, I actually quite like that scheme in the blue. Although I'd probably do grabber blue if I was going to do it. That might well be grabber blue. I can't quite tell, but I do like the silver on there. I think it looks really, really cool. So yeah, we'll see about the scheme. I'll see what decals are in it. Got a nice depicted engine. Got an absolutely horrendous wooden steering wheel, which just looks plastic. And yeah, overall pretty good. All the call outs are there for the colours, which we won't be using at all. And overall it looks good. Now I've opened it, but I've not really looked at this at all. As you can see, it's all still sealed in its bag. So we've got that. We've got the box, which is typical end opening Revell box, which are horrid and hateful, but it is what it is. Got our instructions with our pretty comprehensive decal sheet, which we'll look at in a little bit. And then we've got a mass of plastic to look at here. So let's open this up and have a little looky-loo what we've got. So we've got one pack of sprues. We've got clear parts. Oh, 2 lots of clear parts. What the hell? I think I've been accidentally given 2 clear parts. I have. Well, I'm not going to complain about that. Always handy to have clear parts. I've accidentally been given 2 lots. Fair play. We'll pop those there and there. We've got a chrome tree, well, chrome sprue. There's quite a lot of parts to this. I'll give it that. There is a lot of parts. And ooh, okay. Have they listened everywhere? Oh, it's such a shame. I thought they actually started to listen to us on the chrome, but they haven't. It's actually on the side still. But anyway, it is what it is. So we'll start with the body. Get this open. Big, big car, these. Absolutely massive thing. Really pretty shape. Very, very cool looking car. This might have to be bumped up the build list because I do love the look of this. I've heard a lot of good things about this kit. I can see where they're coming from. So, a beautifully moulded body. We've got a little wisps of flash, which literally rub off with your fingers. No real difficult. Big, big fastback body shell on this. Absolutely stunning looking thing. Got some nice surface detail on the front. We've got the old manky moulded in wipers, which I absolutely hate, but it is part of it. But the rest of the body is really cleanly moulded. We've got seam lines running front to back, so it runs across the roof there, run down the windows, and I don't think it actually goes over the front wing. No, it must go down in here. So that's pretty clean, but it's going to go over the back and down the side. So the body is really clean. Really, really clean. That is a beautiful piece of plastic. Panel lines are nice and thin and not too thick. They are really nice. You can have a look at that. You can see it. Very, very nice body shell on that. That is a beautiful looking car. Are we straight? Looks fairly straight to me. Yeah, looks pretty good. That is a big, beautiful car. Love the shape of that. I do love these fastback shapes. They look epic. We've got some tyres, which again, even through the bag, they look really good. Four of them all the same. No manufacturers on the side, which is a real pet hate of mine, but it is what it is. Tread's good on the bottom of them. We've got kind of a seam line there. Nothing too dry. So let me turn my lights a bit more so we can see things a bit better. Yeah. There's a bit of a seam line there. Nothing really outspoken. The tyres are nice, to be fair. I just would like to see some tyre markings on there. I think it always just adds to a build. Clear parts. We'll open one of these. I normally do these in a different order. We've got 2 clear parts, which is always good. It was quite funny to see how many others have 2 clear parts in there. So the glass itself is actually really good for Revell. That is actually really, really nice, clean, well-molded glass. You've got the side windows, rear screen, front front rear lights. Yeah, really, really nice. They are not optically perfect. There is a flaw there, literally right there. If it'll show, it's going to be very difficult to show on camera. There's a little bit of a cast flaw in the plastic, but you're not really going to see that unless you really... Oh, you can actually see it if you look. It's right there. It's like a little angled shape. I've got to get that to show on camera. I don't know if that can show. But yeah, there is a bit of a flaw in there, but it's not the end of the world. To be fair, it's actually pretty nice plastic for Revell. I've seen a lot worse on the clear parts. So that's good. And obviously having 2. Hey, that's always a good Billy bonus to have. So we can, yeah, we'll keep that one spare. It's exactly the same. I wonder if it's got the same flaw in it. Should we have a look? I know necessarily you guys can't see it, but I can, so. No, but this one's scratched in that place. Oh, it does have the same flaw in it. Yeah, it is there. So it must be a mold issue, that. It's exactly the same, but this one's actually scratched. You can see the scratches there on the front. Well, if you look at the top of that scratch there, that's just going into the light now, you can see that mold issue I'm talking about. It's like a weird angle. You can just see it now there. There it is, where it's hitting the light, the edge of the bottom of my light. So, bit of a shame, but like I say, it's probably some of the better clear parts I've seen for Revell over the years. There's a lot of parts to this kit. There really is a lot of sprues. Obviously, they're doubled up on the thing. So we've got some of the front sections here. This is our front grille and front lights, and I'm guessing that's the under tray that goes underneath. It certainly looks like it is. Again, beautifully molded. Wing mirrors are there as well. Very nicely done. Nice high quality plastic mold. I'm quite impressed by that, to be honest. Very, very good. Nice. Yeah, that is really cool. We've got the chassis itself, which again isn't bad. You know, it's a chassis. What else can we look at really? Cross members are there. Suspension turrets there. I've actually got some nice detail on them for once, which is good. Very, very good. We've then got the wheels, the backs of the wheels. We've got the cross member on the engine bay. I'll zoom in a touch so you can see. We've got the prop shaft, transmission tunnel, anti-roll bar, steering wheel, shockers, springs, accelerator pedal, clutch, etc. And again, beautifully molded parts. Really, really nice and clean. Very, very, very cool. Very, very nice. Yeah, they are really nice parts, those. So lovely. And then on here, we've got the radiator surrounds. We've got the dashboard. Actually, a really nice dash on this. Very cool. Radiator support, subframes, the bulkhead, firewall, whatever you want to call it. Steering columns. I don't know if you get 2 of them there. Possibly. But again, really nice molded parts. Really, really high quality. Very, very nice. Do you know what? I can see this getting bumped up the build list. I am loving the look of this. So a lot of people I've spoke to, I think at least 7, 8 people have built this or know somebody that's built it, and they've all said it's an absolutely fantastic kit. So yes, this may need bumping up the build order a bit. Right, so we've got the rear taillight section there. We've got exhausts. We've got lower rear bumper, is it? Can't quite tell. We've got the front lip. We've got the rear spoiler. And again, impeccably moulded parts. There's some tricky little sprue points there that need cutting off and cleaning up. Not sure what's going on there. You've got massive ones this side and like little nubbins this side. I'm not sure what's going on there. But either way, get a knife in there or a small thinny stick cut down, or a customizable sander cut down, you'll be fine in there. Front valance, lower splitter and the rear spoiler. The rear spoiler supporter, they are very, very small. They're going to be a little bit fiddly to do. But again, beautifully moulded parts. Very, very nice. Yep, looking really good. We've got the massive bonnet or hood, depending on where you're from. That is one big ass bonnet. That is huge. That in length is 7.5 centimeters alone. That is one big hood. Wow. That'd keep you dry when it was raining. Very, very nice. And the intakes are actually cut in there, which is nice to see as well. So very, very cool. Very, very nice. I'm loving that. We've got the engine transmission. We've got the sumps, cylinder heads, intake manifold, water pump, the fan housing with its funny offset-legged fan. We've got distributor. We've got oil filter. We've got the air cleaner, headers or manifolds. We've got the auxiliary belts, some coolant hoses. Very nicely done. Some really nice detail on the engine and the transmission, as you can see there. Very, very, very cool. The rest of it, water pump housing, really, really nice. Intake manifolds looking good. I'm taking it the carb's going to be on the chrome sprue maybe. Start motors at the top with the valve covers. Very cool. I can see this getting built. I can see it being built. It's calling me. It's calling me in grabber blue. It really is calling me in grabber blue. I've just done a Mustang, but this thing is different. Look at the size of the door cards. They are huge. This car is monstrous. Absolutely monstrous. We've got our interior with some of the smallest back seats I've ever seen. I take it with it being a 2+2 coupe, which it is really, isn't it, I suppose. Back seats are a bit of a less concern than the fronts. We've got some really nice, unusual design front seats. I like these. They're quite smart. Yeah, liking the look of those. There's the fronts, there's the backs. Huge door cards. The doors are massive on this thing. When they say someone was telling me today they really bumped the size of the Mustangs up at this era, and damn, they certainly did. This thing's massive. Sun visors, exhaust silencers there, or mufflers. And again, just impeccably moulded. Absolutely superbly done. Absolutely. I'm really impressed by Revell's detail on their moulding there. It is absolutely beautiful. Very cool. Get this flocked up, get some interest in there, get all the rear compartment all flocked. That will look very, very cool. So there's all the main plastic parts. We've got some chrome bits left. We've got the wheels. I'm not even going to pretend to know what these are. Krager mag light things. I don't know. They're wheels. They look like alloy to me. I'm probably wrong. They're probably steel or made of, I don't bloody know, the crocheted out of bloody futons or something. God only knows. They're actually quite a nice wheel, and they're actually really well chromed, to be fair. I still think they need hitting with some semi-gloss to dull them down a bit, because they're a little bit too toyish, but really nice high quality chrome. So yeah, I'd probably just leave those be. Hit them with probably hit them with a semi-gloss, and they'll be fine. I don't think they're worth stripping to re-chrome, because they're actually very, very nicely finished. They are very, very cool. And then the chrome sprue itself. So now I've seen a couple of good things in here. I've seen on the front and rear bumper, it looks like the connection points are on the back. So yes, they are. So if you look at the front and rear bumper, the sprue points here and here, there, are actually on the back of the part. So if you snip those off, it doesn't destroy the chrome under here. Yeah, the downside is, well, no, mate, you might get away with it. Yeah, you might not have to re-chrome. It's still semi-glossy because it is very, very toy-like. It's too chrome. It's way too shiny. Some of the smaller parts, let me have a look. No, they haven't. Why can't these people learn this? Why can't modelers build these kits for us? Look, all the sprue points are on the bottom of the chrome. So as soon as you cut that off, you've got bare plastic. Why can't these manufacturers learn to put the connection points on the back? So if you do want to use the chrome, you can cut it off and use it fine. Because that whole lot is going to be chroming. And if you're going to do all this, all the fuel filler and the emblems, you're going to have to do the bumpers as well. So it's a real shame. I mean, look at is that a Hirsch shifter there? The connection point's on the top. Why can't Revell think of these things and do exactly what they've done on the front and rear bumpers, but the connection point's behind, so that when you cut it off, it doesn't damage the part. It's very, very frustrating to get, excuse me, a very nice, high quality new kit, and stupid things like that ruin it. It is a real shame. I'm just making sure I've gone through everything with you guys. I have. So there's all the parts. We've got some bits sticking out, which is a pet hate of mine, but it is what it is. Decals we'll look at quickly. This is a very, very comprehensive decal sheet. It's absolutely beautiful. It's printed in Italy. So that's the company that begins with a V, whose name I can never remember. But you've got black and chrome trim, which again, I really do like that scheme on the box. I do like it, but what I don't like, but is it supposed to be there, is that demarcation. You can see the silver around the decal, but is there a real decal on the car that goes around that? Possibly. If it is, then I think that might be the scheme we do, because I do like that, but I do it in grabber blue. I don't know if that is grabber blue, it's one of Revell's colours. But we got a really nice scheme. We've got some wood panelling for the dashboard and what have you. We've got instruments, we've got belts should you wish to put them in. There is loads and loads of different decals on there. There is tons of them. We've got all different number plates. Do we have a UK number plate? Yep, I think that'll be it there. Old H plate in the UK. I would say that would be it, because that's going to be like, what's this, 71 H. Yeah, I think that is a British plate there. And you got New Zealand. You got Germany. Obviously, there's some US ones. But yeah, that's a really good decal sheet. You got the marker lights for the lights on the side. All the Bosch 351s, all the rammers, all the placards for the engine bay. The Pony Mustang there as well. There is a whole ton of different decals. I'll just hold it up and scroll up for you, so you can look at it. I say you get the choice of the black stripes or the silver ones, and they are really nice decals. Really, really nice. Yeah, very nice. And all the license plate number plates down there as well. Lots of choice. Lots of choice. Like I say, really, really nice decal sheet that is. You can get the door lock decals over there as well, which are my new trick from Mr. Camilleri, is using dressmaker pins. That's what we'll be doing on this one. So, let's have a look what we've got here. So, you got your typical new style Revell instructions. These are really good. They're really nice. They're definitely a step up. We've got a picture of the box art, which I really like that. I think it looks really, really cool. We've got the do's and don'ts in there. So, don't read the instructions with no face, for Christ's sake. Don't read the instructions with no face. You can only use par 22, apparently, according to this. You've got to tape your car up like it's a plane. So please make sure you put rubber bands around the fuselage. And glue your tip. Yeah, be careful of your tip. And test fit. That's a good bit of advice. Cut out with a knife and sprue cutters, apparently. You've got to use H2O and soap. What the hell is H2O? Don't know what that is. No idea. I mean, what H2O? What could that be? Could that be a chemical symbol for something? I really don't know. And I know it's water, by the way, guys. I'm being sarcastic. Paint. We've been here before. You've got to stir your paint clockwise. I don't want to see anyone staring paint counterclockwise and complain it goes wrong. Unless it's Rust-Oleum, and then it will go wrong anyway. But you have to stir your paint clockwise. I know I screwed up then, didn't I? And you've got to look and make sure it's yellow 15. All right, you have to do it. You've got to piss poorly apply your paint with a paintbrush. Scribe off stuff with a knife and then glue. You've got to use a magnifying glass on the steering wheels only. And paint the steering wheel on the sprue. Has to be done. And you can only do this at 10 to 2. Anything past 10 to 2, you can't do the steering wheels. You're not allowed. Then you have to cut it off with a knife. Decals, you've got to cut off with very big stickers. And be very careful and look. You've got to keep them in the decal solution, the water for 10 seconds, 30 degrees C. So yeah, don't use any hotter or colder. And then magically remove stuff off the paper and look confused with no face. So there's your welfare tips and tricks. Additional tips and tricks. My bad. So very important to follow those, especially that one. That is vital. You have to stir your paint clockwise. Please don't stir it counterclockwise. It just doesn't work. Over here you go, your legends about stuff. There's a mention here about stirring things the right way. No, I'm disappointed. It doesn't. And then all sorts of stuff. Colours. One thing that annoys me about Revell, there's no consistency with the colour callouts. They'd be better just putting 94 with that rather than... Sorry, I'm zoomed out, I can't see. Instead of putting I with 94, just put the 94. It's easier to see the colour. Or as you're back and forth in instructions. And after about 16 pages, we're finally getting somewhere now. There's all your sprue layouts there as well. So there's all the parts laid out. And then onto instructions. Like I say, these new instructions are much better than the old. They're much more clear and concise. Start off the engine assembly. We won't, as always. We'll start with the bodywork because it's just what we do. And yeah, we're building the engine up. Looks pretty straightforward. There's some decals to go on. You've got your colour callouts here as well. Very, very clear where everything goes, which is what we like to see. The carb was on there with the rest of the stuff. Okay, it wasn't on the chrome sprue. I remember seeing the carb, it was by the water pump. Yep, and there's all that assemble. Got the dashboard there with all the decals, and you see there's a lot of decals with the dashboard, there really is. The seat going together with more decals, funnily enough. What decals are they then? What goes on the seat? 4, 12, 5, 13, 6, 14. Okay, so put silver decals on the seats. Or black. Huh, okay, that's different. That's interesting. We're getting our interior together. More decals. Decal 10. Which is... I can't see where decal 10 is. Where's 10? Nope, no idea. But there's lots of decals on the interior. There really is. There's lots. You've got quite a busy interior to paint up there, so it's going to look really good. Door cards, you've got some masking and painting to do. Onto the chassis, suspension, the subframes, getting the engine in place as well. So I think it's going to build up really well, this, by the look of it. It looks to be quite a nice involved build. Exhaust system, rear shockers and anti-roll bar. The exhaust coming out the back. All the leaf-sprung suspension, the differential, the prop shaft. Wheels. So it's requiring the centre to be painted black. which will be brush painted on those if you're going to do that. Popping the wheels in place, getting the battery in. Is that a wiper motor? No, coil. That's probably the coil, is it there? And what have you. It's looking good. The radiator and the radiator and surrounds, hoses, the rear light cluster, which fits in under the back. Now, whether that can go on before the body goes on, it's a possibility. You need to drill your holes for your spoiler, so I'll probably forget to do that because I always do. So it looks like the rear section can go in. You've got your windscreen, which going to need masking off at the bottom, which is quite unusual for a Revell kit. And then mating the chassis to the body. So the rear section goes on. We've got the front inner grille, which is all black anyway, so we want to leave that off preferably anyway. That piece underneath there is calling for P. That's silver, isn't it? Let me just go through the Encyclopedia Britannica at the front of the book to find the colour codes. There we go. Did I say E? What did I say? P. P for Paul. Which is gloss silver, so I'm assuming that's the body colour. It's calling for there. So again, separate panel, that can be left off, which is good. And we've got the under tray going on. Rear spoiler. These rear sections. So we're going to have to go through and see what's colour coded and what's not. Engine air cleaner going in place. The mirrors. I mean, this is annoying. How convoluted is that? What the hell? Yeah, so there are your door handles. They must be on the chrome sprue. And your mirrors. It's a bit confusing that there, to be honest. And this, now I like that. Yes, I like that. That is good. To get measurements is good. So this is where you're painting to. So this is your paint demarcation now. You put your decals over the top. So I do really like that. That's nice and thorough, to be fair to them. Yes, very impressed. And then there is our decal layout there. So I really like that blue scheme. I've been wanting to do a blue Mustang. I very nearly built my... Was it a Torino? The fastback Torino I've got in this. Yeah. So I'm liking that. It's good. Looking very, very good. Yep, I do like that scheme. Lots of decals on the exterior. Lots. And then, is that a decal? 82? Oh, yeah, the lower part of decal as well. What about the front bit? 81. 81. Yes, very cool. Okay, yep, so, wow. What can I say? I think it looks like an epic kit. And I'm going to be hard-pressed not to start this right away. I really, really am. Anyway, let's go back to me for some final thoughts. Wow, there we go. That looks like a really good kit, to be fair. This is it's between 30 and 35 pound kit. It's really heavy, depending on where you get it from. Is it worth the money? I think it is. I think Revell's definitely up the game on some of their new releases. They're getting up there well into Tamiya money now. Tamiya brand new tool kind of money. But this kit, it does look really good. I'm very impressed with that kit. It's going to have its shortcomings here and there. I know it will. It's a Revell kit. They always tend to. The glass is one for a start because there are flaws in the glass. And I always say the glass makes or breaks a kit. So always a bit of a shame to see a bit of a flaw in the plastic of the glass. But it is what it is. It's just one of those things. I always expect some flaw in a kit somewhere, unless you're paying absolutely stupid money. And even then, that doesn't guarantee a perfect kit. But from what I've seen there, I am very impressed by that. And I'm going to be hard pushed not to start this. I've already got a few projects on the go. One is coming to an end, so we could pick it up, I suppose. But it does look like a brilliant kit. So stay tuned. You might well see this on the channel very, very soon. But there we go. £30. I think I paid £31, something like that I paid for it. I think it's well worth the money all day long. Brand new tool. I think it's been out less than a month, and it looks very, very promising. So there we go. If you've got the kit, if you've built the kit, or you've seen the kit built, let me know in the comments down below. Always interested to hear. And if you want access to the full video build when I do this, you can become a patron in the description down below. You get access to the full 3-part video build series on the build. You'll also get access to the condensed video build, all early access to normal ISM. You get added to a Facebook Messenger chat group for supporters, a Facebook supporter group where you can post and share your work as well, and you get the Friday weekly bench update too. Lots of other perks, including keeping me going with these videos. Without the supporters, I couldn't afford to buy kits like this, so I thank all these guys whose names are flashing up on screen right now for the continued support. And of course, check out the description of the video where you can find anything and everything to do with me. All my social medias down there. Pro Scale Paint, UMP Retail, all the Facebook groups. You got the live events, Off Air Hangouts. There's an email address to get in touch with me if you want to drop me an email. My scale mate is there. My Etsy store selling all my built models in my case you can see there as well. And make sure you sub to the channel, give the video a thumbs up. Click that bell notification and leave a comment. Like I say, if you built the kit, let me know. Or if you like the look of it, or you think you're going to buy it, comment down below. Let me know what you think of this brand new release from Revell. And there we go. Thanks for watching today. Enjoy the rest of your day. Take care. Bye-bye.